How's it going, everyone? It is TheProperBloke, and today we're going to be going over some Mass Effect Andromeda news. So we got three things to talk about today, and they're going to be pretty quick. But before we start this video, I want to mention that I'm really extremely tired as it is, and this is going to be an unscripted video, so do mind the slow pauses and not so great choice of words, but really tired and I want to cut down the work. And this news is also pretty sweet and a little bit salty. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So from a report from DualShockers about Mass Effect Andromeda, we found out that the PC version for Mass Effect Andromeda will have uncapped frame rate, which essentially means you could have over 60 FPS, you can have a million FPS, you can have -0 FPS. It doesn't matter, it's uncapped. So that's pretty much it. I mean, consoles is going to be capped for sure, because most of the time you're never going to actually hit around 60 FPS, even on a PS4, depending on your screen size and blah blah blah. Let's go ahead and go right to the next part of the news, which is sort of a bad thing. Mass Effect Andromeda right off the boat will not have dedicated servers. This is probably due to the fact that Mass Effect 3's multiplayer was fairly small in the player amount, and I don't mean like the total population of players on Mass Effect 3, but more specifically the amount of players per game. Any horde mode that you play, multiplayer always has a max of 4 players, and essentially somebody with probably the better connection is going to be hosting it, and you are going to have to run off their connection, and if they have a really shitty connection for some reason and they were chosen, you're basically going to be stuck with some laggy ass gameplay, and nobody likes a laggy game. That's pretty much peer-to-peer in a nutshell. However, that's where I go back to the whole point we're saying that the total population of a single match or mode or hosted server is so small that it really doesn't require a dedicated server, because it's not like Battlefield 4, for example, or Battlefield 1 where you got like 40 players and just one server, a huge map and blah blah blah. That's not the case for Mass Effect 3, and that probably will also be the same for Mass Effect Andromeda, which is going to basically be the same multiplayer mode, which is like a wave-like mode, survival in a specific area. You know, when it comes to not having a dedicated server, most of the time people get pissed off because not everybody has a great internet connection, and so you're bound to run into a lot of lag issues. It's just more common. So if you're a PS4, Xbox One, or a PC player, and you're all about that cross-play support, guess what? It's not going to happen for Mass Effect Andromeda. This is not really surprising news, because there's not really that many games that support crossplay. I mean, you got Gears of War 4, for example, that's somewhat getting crossplay going for PC and Xbox One, but I don't know if that's going too well. But personally, I really don't have that much of an issue with crossplay being supported or not being supported. I really don't care that much about crossplay. That's just probably because crossplay is kind of getting into the whole scene now in the whole gaming industry, and I'm also really not that big of it because I really don't care. But if you do, and you really like the whole let's get everybody connected to one network no matter what console you're playing, which that's totally understandable. I mean, hey, expand the community, let's do that. Well, guess what? It's not gonna happen. Sorry. You can go over to BioWare and talk to them about that, but personally, I really wouldn't worry too much about crossplay support, because I'm more worried about the actual game, the end product, what you're spending your money for, and you know, if the game's actually going to be a really good jumpstart to the franchise, that it's anticipated to be, at least by BioWare standards. That's what I'm more worried about. I'm not too worried about that crossplay. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the news. This video was probably a little bit longer than it should have been, but hey, just a little bit of extra video time if me and my audience, there's nothing wrong with that. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. It really does motivate me. I'm just saying, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more up to date with Mass Effect Andromeda, and more specifically, know when I upload a video. And if you do hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit the notification bell right next to it, so then you can officially get up to date with my channel. Unfortunately, you got to do a little bit of more work to know when your YouTuber uploads a video, because YouTube is stupid. Anyways, it's been yours truly, TheProperBloke, and I'll be heading out. Peace.